It is certainly very exciting. Prime Minister Modi, from the largest democracy in the world, has won such a huge mandate. He's so pro-business, has a great vision for India in terms of really driving key initiatives to bring India to the next century, to bring India to the next level and really uplift the masses from hundreds of millions of masses from the levels of poverty. So very exciting to have him visit here, and I know that there is a lot of excitement among the community from Indian subcontinent here with his visit. And certainly this is a place that is the hub of global innovation.
That's right.
So for me, it's particularly exciting for Prime Minister Modi as he drives the agenda for the next level in India, for him to experience innovation here firsthand, being driven, and certainly applying some of the aspects of innovation to India as well.
Fair point indeed. I'm going to talk to you about one of the things that will be the focal point of his visit. Digital India, Startup India are really the two legs of his visit that he's going to be focusing on when in the Valley. As far as Digital India is concerned, you obviously understand that space a lot better than many others. You've seen it evolve, the digital landscape through the years. If you were to make Digital India a very meaningful initiative and move beyond the rhetoric, what is it that India needs to do in that space?
I think, with respect to Digital India, I believe it's a great initiative. Absolutely it's focused on the consumer side, it's focused on the infrastructure side, and really helping drive India into the digital age with making sure that experience of the people, the services they enjoy, the productivity of the people really gets to the next level. And when you look at, it's particularly exciting for me, when I look at what really drives this, what drives, the initiatives like Digital India, the backbone absolutely would be things like cloud infrastructure.
That's right.
And, all of this aspects of Digital India will create opportunities for more storage, more data.
That's right.
Digital India is all about mobility, connectivity, and content. And these are the kind of things that flash storage that Sandisk makes, whether it is your flash memory card in your phone,
that's right,
or a flash memory device embedded inside your phone, or a solid state drive in a PC, or flash memory in data centers. This is all required to really make Digital India successful initiative. So it really ties in very well with the theme of many of the technology companies that are here in Silicon Valley, and certainly for Sandisk.
It's an important piece that you talk about. You say how connecting the unconnected is a huge part of Digital India, and unless you do that, there will not be meaningful governance. What are some of the things that India needs to be wary against? A lot of people that we've been speaking to in the Valley believe that there is not enough data being pushed in India right now. A lot of people believe spectrum is still very, very steeply priced for telecom operators to go out there and make meaningful infrastructure investments. According to someone who understands this, what are some of the challenges that India faces and needs to tide over for Digital India to be tangible?
Certainly one of the examples would be that, if you want to drive Digital India successfully, right, you need the whole infrastructure to be set up correctly.
That's right.
And that absolutely requires, tremendous growth, in terms of the ecosystem that is required to really make sure that the infrastructure, absolutely that is required to make Digital India successful is really operating at the levels that are of global competitiveness. That then requires, certainly investments in, various aspects of technology, but it also requires, policies and processes that really make things more efficient to run so that global businesses can operate successfully. And I know there is a lot of initiative in this regard, a lot of focus in this, and I think that when it becomes an easier and a stronger place for the global businesses to operate with a highly competitive ecosystem and environment, I think will absolutely drive toward the aspects of success on the Digital India initiative as well.
Sanjay, you have a fascinating story here. You came here as an international student and you went on to build for a Fortune 500 company. This is a story that gets replicated across the Valley when you speak to a lot of people. What is it about Silicon Valley that promotes talent like this, that promotes ideas, that incubates this spirit? And what is it that India needs to do to replicate a Silicon Valley-like ecosystem back home?
So in my opinion, when you look at Silicon Valley, one of the key factors here certainly is, the great universities that are here in the Valley that absolutely drove various aspects of technology that ultimately led to drawing a lot of talent from all over the world to the area. Universities like University of California, Berkeley, where I went to school, as well as Stanford University, they really fed lot of innovation, lot of talent into the valley, and then successfully valley has attracted talent from all over the globe. So I think that definitely is an important element here. Certainly the venture capital spirit that has existed here in Silicon Valley, that fueled startups, and startups led to innovation, led to new ideas that really globally changed everybody's life over the course of years and last few decades. So the venture capital community and the startup environment and that can-do spirit, certainly,
and willing to take the risks.
Absolutely, ability to take risk. And not counting a failure
as one.
As really something you don't do. Accepting failure, learning from failure, and absolutely leveraging that to drive the next level of success.
It's a fascinating.
These are the kind of things that have been, very important, in terms of driving the growth. And one more point I would like to point out: the diversity that exists here in Silicon Valley, and acceptance of that diversity and leveraging diversity, because it really enables you to be open to various ideas. And once you have open mind, I believe that leads to innovation.
That's
the diversity of the valley also has really led to the success of this valley here.
Do you believe India can replicate a Silicon Valley-like model back home?
Absolutely. I think, India has tremendous talent. I think, clearly the universities are producing engineering, strong engineering talent. I think one of the important things is that universities should also focus on research, because basic research ultimately feeds the pipeline for talent and innovation that is really required to create solutions that make totally a difference to the whole world. But absolutely this can be done in India, and, a lot of talent there. And as the government policies and procedures and processes and ability to enhance, modernize the infrastructure evolves, I think it will really help drive more such opportunities in the future. But the key will be to create an environment where innovation can thrive. Ultimately, I think it's innovation that's needed to really repeat the kind of success story of Silicon Valley.
There's something really beautiful that somebody told me earlier today, which is that in Silicon Valley, people wear their failure as a badge of honor and not something that you shy away from. I want to get down to the technology landscape, because you're a veteran there, and I want to ask you, in the flash memory storage devices space, in the software space which you pioneer, which you operate in, what are the trends that you're seeing build? What are the new trends in technology in this space that are coming to the fore? Because obviously this is very central to users, consumers. All of us have used a Sandisk at some point or the other, and so this is a very pertinent question.
Yeah. So let me talk about Sandisk flash memory technology and what's exciting and what are the growth drivers here. Right? When you look at smartphones, these smartphones are really becoming your all-in-one device. These are becoming your computing device, not only for your communication, but really you can do everything on these devices. And that flash is very much at the heart of the experience that it provides. So, these smartphones, tablets, notebook computers where flash is replacing hard disk drives. Why is it doing so? Because flash memory technology is such that it is lighter, it consumes less space, less power, it is faster, more reliable, not mechanical. Therefore, everybody wants PCs that have solid-state drives in them.
Sure.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.